And so these splashes, huge splashes, started happening in the water. A rapist in the bush.
And it's like they're like splashing our tent and stuff.
It was scary. We were scared. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Yes, we are hanging out in our van. It's raining outside again because summer has not come.
No. It's still spring. It just keeps raining.
It's driving me crazy.
I mean, technically it is still spring. It's
I
not
guess.
summer yet. But, come on.
Come on, summer. I haven't worn shorts once outside this year. I'm starting to feel like I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah.
But anyways, here we are hanging out in the van. We're gonna do some van stuff.
Woohoo.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Chad.
And we are the Hippie family. I have a really fun craft project I'm doing today. So we made wallpaper. I got this really good idea. I'm actually really proud of this idea because I really did not want to use the primer that I would have had to use in order to properly paint these cabinets. I did it with the cabinetry that we have inside the tiny house and it is so toxic. So we used non-toxic Mod Podge and used posters and made wallpaper, and it's so cute.
Kind of at somewhat of a standstill with moving forward with like designing the layout of the van. We need this seat. Yesterday I met a guy randomly on the side of the street, on the side of the road, that had a similar van to ours, and I was asking him a bunch of questions and he thinks he might have a seat and he said it would be free.
Well, it's Sunday and there's not a whole lot going on with the van this weekend. Chad's got a little project he's going to work on today.
Yeah.
But we were talking yesterday about some of our camping experiences and we were reminiscing about this one time that was so funny, so we thought we would share this story with you guys.
So we're gonna call this the beaver story. Alright, we'll set the scene for it. We lived in Summerland at the time, and this was in the mountains behind Summerland, I guess you could say.
We went camping with some friends.
Yeah.
And we kind of just like drove the car out and we were just gonna pitch a tent somewhere. Like we had nowhere specific in mind. And we ended up finding this really awesome spot along the side of a creek. And it looked like someone had actually camped there before. There was a big like open area. It was all sandy. It was a great spot. So we had to park our vehicle a little ways down on the road and hike in a bit to this spot because it was literally just right beside the creek, not far. We brought our tent. We were tent camping at the time. And so we set up our tent and our whole little camping area. Actually, I might have some pictures. I'll try to throw a picture in here. But it was great. We were having so much fun. Our friends were there.
They stayed the one night and then all the next day.
Yeah.
Till it got dark pretty much.
Almost.
And then till it was like almost dark, they left and we stayed for one more night.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
We were playing cards, or I think like at that time when they had left, we were just like having some drinks and playing some musical instruments, sitting by the river playing cards or something, just the two of us and Medusa. As soon as it was like dark enough, we started hearing this huge like splash in the water, and it literally sounded like someone threw a boulder in the water. And so we're camped, so we're sitting at our little table right along the creek, and we just like
No. Okay, this didn't happen until we were in our beds in the tent.
No.
Yeah, man, that's exactly how it happened.
I don't know. Maybe.
We were in the tent already, in our bed.
Okay, so maybe we were in the bed. but like just chilling, like getting ready for bed. And so when we would tent, we would sleep with the top part off the tent and just have like the net so we could see the stars and the trees and stuff while we were sleeping. So we're in the tent, but you can like stand and see outside the tent or whatever. Anyways, so these splashes, huge splashes started happening in the water. When it's dark and you're alone and you don't know what's happening, you start thinking crazy things. And like my first initial thought was that like there was a bear on the other side of the creek and he was throwing rocks in to like scare us or something. Like, I don't know. And then I started thinking like there was like a human like on the other side, like a rapist in the bush. I don't know why, but whenever I'm in the woods, I always am more afraid of like people than wild animals. I always think that there's like a rapist in the bush or something. I don't know. I'm freaking out. So I tell Chad, go figure out what's going on. Go figure it out or something.
Yeah.
And so you took a flashlight out.
Took a flashlight outside. Looked everywhere. Could not find anything. Shining the flashlight in the water. Can't see anything. By then, we pretty much know that it's a beaver.
And that's what we're thinking.
Right.
Like, we're like assuming, because we did earlier that day, we were like hiking along the creek and we walked down it, and we did walk right by
like a beaver dam.
A beaver dam, yeah. And so we didn't see any beavers this whole entire time, though.
No.
At the time, we also didn't know. From later research, we've realized that they are nocturnal.
Yeah.
So they had just woken up. You come back in.
It's probably a beaver.
It'll go away.
There's nothing that we're going to do about it. Like, whatever.
We try to, like, just go to sleep, and the splashing would continue, and it got even more aggressive. Remember, it was, like, the water was, like, coming in our tent.
These splashes are, like... Intense. Like, they're, like, splashing our tent and stuff.
I was scared. I was, like, getting, like, scared because I was just, like, tripping. Like, I don't know. I didn't know if beavers were aggressive, if they were going to come and attack us or, like, eat us.
Medusa's tripping.
Yeah, like our tiny little dog. What if they want the dog? Like, he's going to eat it. I don't know. You know, you start thinking crazy things. And I think I scared Chad.
She's, like, freaking out. Couldn't calm her down.
Anyway, so I ended up convincing Chad to... just get in the car with me and Medusa, and we were literally 40 minutes from home.
Probably not even that.
Yeah, like 30 minutes from home. And it was like, I don't know, maybe 11. Yeah, it was like 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even pack up our campsite. We left everything there, got in the car, drove home, slept in our bed at home.
For like 4 hours? Like
we got up at like 5 or... Yeah, like 5 as soon as the sun got up, and we drove back to the campsite.
We even went back to bed. We went in there because we were so tired.
Yeah,
and we just went back to bed and like slept for a couple more hours, then got up, chilled out, ate breakfast, packed, and then packed up and went home. But literally the most ridiculous thing ever.
I know, I can't believe
I can't believe you convinced me to do it.
I know. I was so scared. You couldn't have probably calmed me down.
No, she was like losing her mind literally to the point where I was like, okay, you want to go home? We'll go home.
Just go
whatever.
home, yeah.
And I'm like, you didn't even want to stay in the car by yourself because it was parked down the road a little bit. I was like, Kayla, let me pack up.
The rapist.
I was like, let me pack up the important stuff. And at that point, you were like, it could be people in the trees.
I was starting to like create crazy things in my head. I don't know.
We just left it all.
So we literally abandoned our campsite, went home, and came back in the morning for it. That's like the worst camper life story ever. Like,
it's hilarious though.
Oh, it's such a funny story. What year was that? 2017? It must have been 2017. And we did a lot of research about beavers. They're not so scary.
No.
They can be.
They can be, but
not
in that circumstance.
It's probably letting us just know that he was there. Like I was afraid he was gonna crawl out of the water onto the land, rip our tent open, attack the dog. I don't know. Our worst camping experience ever is a funny story now. It was so scary at the time, but when we were thinking about it last night, we just thought we have to share this funny story with you guys.
It's too funny not to. Well, that's enough story time. Let's get some work done. just used all the materials ripped out of here from before. That's kind of the name of the game on this activity. Check it out.
Now we have a pantry in the van that's perfect for all of our canned goods and whatever you want to put in your pantry.
I'm gonna dry food.
Yeah, dry food, exactly. I'm going to paint it white, and I'm going to paint the ceiling white, and a couple other little things in here I'm going to paint white. Got to get around to that in the next few weeks. Hopefully next weekend we're possibly installing a seat. We'll see how that adventure turns out. Stay tuned, subscribe to our channel to find out. Well guys, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of our beaver story. If you laughed as hard as we did. Oh my gosh, it was so...
It's hilarious.
It's pretty funny looking back, but it was even kind of funny at the time, but it was pretty serious at the time too. Anyways, I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
We'll have a great rest of our day.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out, guys.